Rejoice in the Lord always. I say it again, rejoice. Everyone should see how unselfish you are. The Lord is near. Tonight's reading contains an exciting promise. The Lord is near. There are no more appropriate words with which we could begin this season of Advent. The church gives us Advent to make that nearness of the Lord palpable. It's a season of anticipation, of training, of learning to desire Him more intensely, and the return of our King, and a time of preparation of ourselves and of our world to receive Him worthily. But what kind of King are we preparing for? Understanding Christ's kingship is as difficult and as mysterious as understanding Christ Himself. As we proudly sang last Sunday, Christ conquers, Christ reigns, Christ commands. And we should never stop singing that because it's true. But as we do so, we have to remember that He conquered by dying, that He reigns from the cross, that He commands us to take that cross upon ourselves with Him. The form of the cross that Jesus offers each of us will be different for every Christian. But for all of us, as Brother Xavier Marie told us yesterday, it will be a struggle, a spiritual warfare. It's a combat that each of us, as soldiers of Christ, wages daily in his own way. In this war, brothers, we of the Order of Preachers have a special assignment. Our battlefield is the struggle for truth. All of us, I think, are here because we are drawn to that struggle. We love the truth, and we want to defend it. However, the battle lines in this war, are not always clearly drawn. And we have to be careful that we are really fighting the spiritual war of Christ, and not the worldly form of the war for truth, which I think we can accurately name the culture war. These two wars, the spiritual war and the culture war, appear very similar, but they differ both in their ultimate goals and in the weapons that are used to fight them. The culture war, whether waged by the right or the left, seeks the domination of an absolute ideological enemy. It's born in fear, which gives birth to hatred, which lashes out against that enemy, and it brings every kind of social and political power to bear on them, seeking to marginalize and eventually eradicate them and their ideas from society, creating a hegemony of their version of truth. Now, I've just framed that in pretty negative terms, but some of you are probably thinking, well, Christians do seek the conversion of all of society, and social and political power should serve the truth. And you would be right. So how is the spiritual war different? There's a lot one could say about that, but in our reading tonight, St. Paul gives us two crucial instructions that will keep us on the right path. First of all, we must be joyful. A culture warrior is basically motivated by fear, and that fear enslaves him, making him distrustful, pessimistic, and vicious. But, my friends, my brothers and sisters, we're Christians. We're free. We have nothing to fear. Even if we see great evils and injustices in the world, how can we despair if we believe in the gospel? The Lord has given us so much, and there's more to come for those who keep His faith. There's no reason to fear anything, and there's every reason to be joyful, no matter what evils we have to confront. Secondly, St. Paul emphasizes unselfishness. Above all else, what is the purpose of our order? It's the same as the purpose of the church herself, the salvation of souls. God desires that all men be saved, and our vocation is a participation in the world in that divine work of salvation. That vocation precludes absolutely every kind of defensive tribalism on which the culture war is founded. None of the martyrs were ever culture warriors. They didn't preach to the pagans as enemies to be defeated. They preached to the pagans, and they died for the pagans because they loved them like Christ. That same love must be the motivation for all of our political and social work as Christians, and especially, brothers, for our work as preachers. If we're in this for any other reason, then we have no part in Christ, who willingly died for the worst of sinners. The Lord is near. May he come soon. And when he does, may he not find that we've been fighting a cultural war against flesh and blood for a perishable crown, but may he find in us his own joy, his own unselfishness, that we may receive with him an unfading crown of glory.